Hello and welcome to this episode of Entrepreneur TV. Now, it's a little bit exciting on the desk here. I don't know whether you can see, but there are toys. All I can say is I wish I had known about this product or had this product when my boys were young. They would have loved it. And the genius behind all this is a man called Martin from Plus Plus. And he's come all the way from Denmark today. Thank you so much, Martin, for first of all coming such a long way to see us, but we really do appreciate it. And
thank you, Emily.
What a product.
Thank you.
It's quite something. I mean, what is actually the story behind this product?
So the story is, this is all about kids. Now we're in the kids department. It's all about free play. It's all one piece, hence our name Plus Plus. It's just two pluses put together, plus plus. So easy. It's like a molecule by which you can build everything in the world.
So how did you come up with this idea? I mean, was you sat there one day and thought, I found something and this would be good? Or, how did it come about?
Yeah, I'm not the inventor. It goes way back further, back into the 80s. And it was we usually call it a well-kept secret for the Danes for decades, for the first few decades into the early new century. We are a group of individuals acquiring Plus Plus in late 2011, and we took it international by early 2012 at our first trade show. So that was where we started developing Plus Plus from just that single piece into what we are now.
That is absolutely astounding, because you also go to 50 plus countries now.
Yes. Yes, it's there's a lot of countries in Europe, and so we have ticked sort of all the countries in Europe. We are North America and a bit overseas as well, into Asia, the Far East, Australia, New Zealand, and a few more.
My goodness, it has expanded. But just to explain to people a little bit more about it now, because I've been sat here playing. Not working, but playing. And I actually find it could actually be very addictive for adults as well as children, to be honest with you. But yeah, like you said, the concept is very simple. And these pieces just literally join together, don't they, in lots of different ways?
They do. The first, you can, as a baby or as a young toddler, you can just look at colors, just learn the colors. That could be a starting point. Then once you have enough motor skills, you can build them together. Like this could be a two-dimensional, it could be an airplane in the mind of a 3-year-old, it could be a bug or whatever. And then quite easily, 4 pieces turn into a small cow.
Oh, wow. Let me show that to my camera there. Look, there we go. A little cow there, look. It's absolutely mind-blowing. But then you go up to the different age groups as well. You've not just kept it to the toddlers and the youngsters, have you?
We appeal equally to boys and girls. So everybody is involved here. So this was a very simple example of what a very young child can do. And then it can grow ever so complex and turn into the smaller size later on.
Oh, wow, look at that. So you've got all these different things, and I love this. I mean, this is like a kit that you can make your own Porsche.
Yes, we just started a cooperation with Porsche. It's just hot off the press. So actually it was released just a few weeks ago, and it's an official partnership with Porsche, whereby they are going to sell Plus Plus at their 800 plus dealerships around the world.
Wow. That's something, isn't it? Do you ever just pinch yourself some moments?
We are very proud to have built a Porsche 911 made out of Plus Plus.
The other things, well, you've got some more of the flatter ones, which more are like a puzzle.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, you're getting different elements to this, where there can be flat lay as well as like, the 3D type things that we know. And I love these as well. I've just got to show people these. Look at these little bonsais. And they come in like a little kit form like this, don't they? Look.
Yeah.
I mean, how clever is that? I can imagine that, if you were traveling or going on holiday in places like that, this is a great thing. Because it's not huge, is it?
No, you can bring it everywhere. The tubes, the tube is a good example of, it could be a stocking stuffer. It can be going to the school bag or go to the restaurant, at the back seat of the car, in the airplane. There's always room for a tube on the go.
One thing I particularly loved was the fact that we are, as a nation here in the UK, we have a lot of children who have maybe some of the cheaper toys, and it seems to be a bit like throwaway. This, can last generations.
Yes, it can. From the quality perspective, it does not break. You don't need spare parts. They are all sort of spare parts. We sometimes call it an attic toy, because when the kids grow up and they might need a break from plus plus, you can put it into the attic and save it for the next generation.
The grandchildren.
Or look at it the other way, that you simply you start very simple with a young child, and then you can just build on your level of complexity as you grow up, and as your motor skills and imagination allow you to challenge yourself into building some very complex three-dimensional elements or whatever.
You see, as well, I can imagine people like church groups that have like the younger generation as well. It'd be fantastic. And, for nurseries and schools. And I've never seen anything quite like this. And I think it's going to, just certainly explode across the UK when people actually find out about this. I mean, how do you actually deal with your marketing to get that message out there of such a great product?
Well, let me give you an example. We started in the UK just 2 years ago. We set up Plus Plus UK and Ireland. We have a small office in the outskirts of London, and we have a warehouse in the Midlands. So we are right in the middle of where we want to deliver the goods. And it has been a fantastic journey from let's say a cold start in January 23. We launched at London Toy Fair as our first venue, and it has been like a river rafting cruise ever since. 2 years in, we are in a lot of stores across England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, every corner of the islands, and we are in many different kinds of stores. Could be museums, obviously toy stores, bookstores, online garden centers. It really takes us to a lot of very great places to be as plus plus.
I also love the fact that these can be washed as well, because you've got the hygiene part of it there as well. And again, a lot of children, they just love to put things in the mouth. They're getting all the sensories going. But this, as I say, it's a good strong product, and it's going to last. And again, you can wash this stuff.
Yes. Let's start with the raw material. It's a food approved raw material, so the youngest children can taste, as they have a habit of doing, and they can do that safely. And then, of course, you can put it into the dishwasher whenever you want. We recommend that you use a textile bag for the purpose, and having cleaned, which is also what kindergartens are doing at frequent intervals.
This is also really eco-friendly, and I love the story about your factory. Just explain a little bit about your factory.
So our factory is in Denmark. We are a Danish company. Our head office is in a town called Holbæk, a small hour just outside Copenhagen. That's where we have the factory as well. So when I leave my office, I'll be on the production floor in a minute. So everything you see on the table today is made in Denmark. We think it's a good story for us to be a Danish company. It means for retailers and consumers, take UK as an example, that we are very close. We have the warehouse and we have the backup for deliveries just up the road in Denmark. So it's very safe for us as well to know which ingredients, which raw materials we're using, because it's our own production, it's our own sourcing. It's also very robust to have that level of the supply chain in control, in our own control. So it's many aspects of the Made in Denmark call out. Also that we are strongly rooted in Danish design tradition. Danish design is an international concept known from architecture, furniture, etc.
It's got a badge of quality about it, hasn't it?
Well, we like to hear that, obviously, and we benefit from a strong national branding as well.
Your actual factory, is it run by wind turbines or something?
So it's driven by wind energy. So it's 100% wind energy powered, 100% green. It goes for the machines in the factory, the forklift, the computers, the coffee machine, everything 100% green energy.
That's really, really good. So people, when they're buying this product, it's not just, because I know that there is a lot of products that come from China. We don't really know what's happening with the workforce and the staff and how they're being treated and what products they're using. But from this, there's like real traceability.
Well, we can definitely trace it. And whatever we use in the production is being recycled. Everything that possibly can be recycled is being sold to secondary purposes. It's a zero scrap production. Everything is being used. So there's just no waste from our production.
Explore Plus Plus, Denmark's much-loved construction toy, manufactured in their 100% wind-powered factory. This classic toy focuses on children's development while providing endless creative possibilities. From Plus Plus regular for older builders to big for little ones to start their journey. These versatile pieces inspire imagination in countless ways. To be inspired further, visit plus-plus.com to set play free.
What do you think, because I know that there's a lot of challenges in the UK at the moment in business, what do you think some of the challenges are for you in your business?
I guess we as a toy manufacturer, it would be no surprise to you that we think kids are playing too little and they stop playing at too young of an age. We think with Plus Plus, we see that we also appeal to throughout the childhood and also beyond into we say in the toy industry the kidulthood and also grown-ups are playing with Plus Plus. So we believe we are stretching far for age scoping. Screens are a competitor of time spent with kids and grown-ups, I might say as well. Yeah. Here it is all about something on the table or on the floor in the kids' room, just something tangible, something tactile, and you just use your hands, your hand-eye coordination, and your imagination.
And I think that's where I think this is fantastic, that we are getting back to things like this. And as a mum, I always used to try and find those toys that actually helped grow my kids' imagination. Yeah. We're stifling this in the world, aren't we?
We are. And I'm proud to mention as well that we have a so-called MESH accreditation just recently obtained here in the UK. MESH is mental, emotional, social health. And there's a governing body for that, having granted us with the MESH accreditation just recently.
So I can imagine, do you actually come up with some of these concepts and designs, or do you have a team who does that?
Oh, fortunately, I have a team being much more creative than I am. We have cornered 60 colleagues overall.
Wow.
In the office in Denmark, the office here in the UK. We have a company in the US as well. And we also employ about 200 people, either doing sales on commission or working at an external source for our packing operation and warehousing.
How important is, say, things like customer feedback to you?
Oh, it's very important. I have to admit that we look a lot at reviews on various socials. So we just like to be as close to our audience, our consumers as possible, because we learn a lot from that. And I can also reveal that it's part of our product development to take inspiration of what is going on out there.
do you actually get some customers in review say, I would actually love if I could have this, or this could be designed, and then your designers go, oh, that would be a good idea?
Yes, for sure. We have a constant, let's say, group of product development ideas reaching out probably 2, 3, 4 years, a lot of which are being rejected in the funneling, but a lot also turn into something we just try.
Also, I know that there's a lot of technology behind this, even though we see this as like a product, or, these are the products, there's got to be some technology behind it. Do you have to use any like models to try and help you with like AI or anything else like that? Or
it's very much human powered, our developments. That goes for the factory, for the production methodologies, and also for commercial and product development. But we are increasingly working, of course, with various digital assets.
I could imagine as well, you've probably got many stories about your products and how they've really impacted or helped. And I would imagine probably even maybe stories of children who may have certain learning difficulties and how it's helped them.
Yeah, it's one of the most impactful kind of message to get is this 7-8-year-old child having problems concentrating for more than a few minutes at a time, getting a feedback that, look, my son or my daughter was engaged with ++ for hours, longer than ever seen before. It's really a heartwarming feedback to get.
It's rewarding, I would imagine, in business as well, because business is just like, probably, I don't know, maybe you're looking at the numbers, you're looking at production, you're looking at scale, you're looking at design and development. You've got to wear a lot of hats, so those rewarding stories must keep you going a bit.
Of course, that's why we take such inspiration going to work every morning. That is basically, we are the purpose of ++ is to make the best possible upbringing for children. If you allow me to be a bit high flying.
And the products, I mean, they keep evolving. Where else do you think that this is going to go? What do you got visions for the products in the future?
Well, we believe so firmly that we add to children's growing up, to their development of creativity and skills of all kinds, that the more ++ in the world, the better. So ultimately, the dream is that every kid is getting ++ in their hands during a childhood, and that we will be part of every household in the world. That would be the ultimate.
I can imagine it happening, because it really is an amazing product. And, it actually takes an amazing team behind you. Just how important is the whole of your team back in Denmark?
Oh, it's super important.
Around the world.
Around the world. We are, meanwhile, not only a Danish team, but a very international team. We work across a lot. I think the universal appeal of ++ is just there, but cultures can differ across continents and even countries. So it's important for us to have a lot of feedback from consumers, from retailers, from distributors, and also from our own colleagues.
I mean, being an entrepreneur is no easy game. And as I say, you started a while back. Was you always an entrepreneur? Did you do other things before that, or did you work for a company? Or
Yeah, well, my background is 5 years at Copenhagen Business School. I did an MBA back in the last century. And while doing that, I was puzzled, should I go the corporate route or go entrepreneurial? And I've started with the corporate for many years until this chance arrived in late 2011. So that was a change of path for me personally.
you have to be a little bit brave, don't you, when you go out to be an entrepreneur? You've got to you've got to be a little bit brave, and you've got to chin up, head back, and let's go for it.
Yeah, that's right. You take a chance, and if you have a problems not sleeping at night, it's probably not the right thing to do. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears going into it. So yeah, think twice before you do it. But
How do you switch off? Out of interest, how do you
how do
switch
I
off?
switch off? I'm good at switching off, I have to say. I enjoy the weekends in nature. I have a wife and 2 kids, and well, one has moved out already. So it's yeah, I don't find it difficult to relax after work.
There's a lot of things and changes going on in the world at the moment, and it's affecting a lot of businesses. For anybody who's about to start a business themselves, and they're coming up against all these different things that are happening, what bit of advice would you give them?
Oh, if that was for me, I think you really you shouldn't think that starting up a new company is the easy life. That I can work from 8 until 12 and they then go surfing in the afternoon. Well, maybe I'm not clever enough, smart enough to have done to crack that code, but I don't think that's how it is. I think you need to be prepared to spend a lot of time, especially in the early years. You have to don't run out of cash. There's also some financial aspects involved. So I think an advice is don't run out of cash. You just need to have that backup in your own resources and also financially.
Do you also think that you have got to be passionate about your product and your business like you are?
Well, I think that's a prerequisite for doing it. It's really just a basic motivation that I think is step one.
Mm. I think that it's an absolutely fantastic product, Martin. You have been amazing. I love hearing your journey of how you started, and it's never easy in business. But I think with something like this, it's got longevity. And I think that that's one of the key pointers we're going to take away today is that you've got a product that's going to go past your generation and generations
so.
ahead. So thank you so much for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure. And all the details are going to be placed in the description below of how you can get your hands on some Plus Plus. But I tell you now, that once you start it, you're going to be pretty much addicted, and you'll probably have some very quiet children as well, because I think they're going to be very engaged. Martin, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me, Emily.